Hey guys, Louie here, and we are taking a little ride in my souped up electric golf cart. Thought I'd do a video today about 100-ounce bars. We're going to get to the top of the mountain here. Let's see if I can get a view. All right, we are here, and there's a little view for you guys to enjoy while I talk, and a beautiful old waffleback Engelhard to take a look at. I already dropped it once, but doesn't matter, you know, for an old beat up bar. So the horror of 100-ounce bars and the glory of 100-ounce bars. All right, have you ever considered whether you'd want to have any of those in your stack? And of course, you'd have to have a little bit bigger stack. You'd actually have to have a lot bigger stack to actually want to have silver that big in it. Most people opt for 1 ounce or 10 ounce or silver eagles or constitutional. But you know, why do people avoid 100-ounce bars? Well, you know, on the downside, a 100-ounce bar usually brings less of a premium, sells for less of a premium, and brings less of a premium at the local coin shop. All right, so while you may be able to get a 100-ounce bar for spot this morning, I could probably show you three different deals this morning for 100-ounce bars around spot, maybe under spot. And when you take it to the coin shop, they will likely pay you less than they would for a 10-ounce bar. All right, if you look at the JM Bullion buyback prices, you know, the 100-ounce bar would be at least 50 cents less buyback than a 10-ounce bar. Okay, so people tend to avoid them. People also tend to avoid them because if silver ever does take a moonshot, it'd be much harder to liquidate a 100-ounce bar because it would be worth so much. And then people, you know, generally prefer sovereign over generic silver, right? So something made by the mint, you know, by a sovereign mint is going to be less likely to be hollow in the inside, plugged with lead, something like that. But you know what? There are precious metal verifiers and ways to verify your silver. Look at the number on that bar, 50580. That is not a new bar. That is a cool old bar. So, you know, there's the downside to it. A, you have to have a big stack to even want them. B, they're going to bring a little bit less when you sell them. And C, they're not sovereign. Okay, but what is the glory of 100-ounce bars? Well, it is basically they are cheap. It is the cheapest way, you know, in my opinion, probably bar none, to pick up silver at the lowest possible price. And, you know, if you're building a big stack, why wouldn't you want some silver in the stack that is the cheapest possible premium, maybe even under spot, right? Now, don't get me wrong, I would opt for constitutional at spot before I'd opt for, you know, a big daddy bar like that. But, you know, why wouldn't you want some of that in your stack? And if you're a long-term believer, if you are not planning to, you know, buy and sell and so forth, you know, at current prices or prices between here and $40, you know, you're just planning to hold, having the weight in your stack may not be the worst thing in the world, right? Because if you're a long-term believer, come on in focus, guy. What's going on here? There we go. If you're a long-term believer, then you believe that silver is going to run past 35. First, it's not going to go below 30 probably. Then it's going to go to 35. And then it's going to make its trip trying to head back to 50. And the people that lived through that before will tell you that when silver was pushing 50 and they were trying to sell it, the LCSs were sending everything to the refiner. Okay, they were sending the 1 ounce rounds and bars, the 10 ounce, you know, the kilos, the 100-ounce bars, they were all going to the refiner. And in many cases, they were paying very similar prices. Now, this is during, you know, a run-up explosion phase. And they were paying very similar prices to a 1-ounce round, a 100-ounce bar, a Silver Eagle, etc. Now, don't get me wrong, I think there is a place for Silver Eagles. Let me flip this over for you so you can see the waffle back. And I got this for a round spot. There is a place for Silver Eagles in your stack, but I think that's more when you're looking for the reset, or you're looking to trade in and out, sell Eagles, you know, when there's Eagle FOMO, and maybe trade back for gold, etc. Isn't that a beautiful back on that bar? But if we get the big run, then aren't you going to want silver that you paid the least for in terms of premium to dump for what the LCS is buying? And anyone who has lived through that before, I'm just going based on what I was told, but if you've lived through that before, go ahead and post below. Were they paying more for Eagles than they were for 100-ounce bars when silver was at 45 headed to 50, right? Let's see if I can get a view this way. Let us know. Let us know what that scenario was. And when you were selling, do you wish you had just bought the low premium stuff, the lowest premium stuff? Well, storm clouds, I think those will burn off today for our 3-day weekend. Happy Memorial Day, everybody, and thank you to those who served. And my phone is running out of batteries. But so if that is what you're buying for, why are you paying more? Why are you paying $1, $2, $3, $6 premiums? Why don't you have some of that in your stack? And I'm just going to open that question up to the community while I enjoy this beautiful weekend, and ask you, are you considering it? And does it make sense to go with some big silver if you're building a big stack? I personally like vintage silver because it carries a better premium during a FOMO phase, and I would probably liquidate during FOMO if the vintage bars were selling for more than regular bars. But, you know, that's what I'm talking about. There's my neighbor pulling out, probably wonders what the hell I'm doing. So anyway, I'm going to leave it right there and talk to you later.